Hello disc golf fans, and welcome once again to the 2024 River Riot 2 presented by Visit the Shoals. This is the final round and we are back here once again at the club at Cypress to close things out here in Florence, Alabama for this PDGA B tier. Run Productions bringing you this commentary and this production once again in the booth. It is Felix.
And Conrad here.
Conrad, some familiar faces, but we got a newcomer to the lead card here as we saw some scorching hot rounds, and the temperatures today, once again, going to be very hot.
Hot scores from last round and hot temperatures for both rounds here. Take a look and see the players that we have. Logan Bowers squeaking out to the very top of the lead card with the 1030 rated round. Harper Thompson's been in the lead or chasing the lead the entire event.
Yeah, a little bit of a hiccup yesterday on hole 18 to put him one stroke back of the lead. Joining us with the hot round from round 2, Calvin Pettigrew. We saw him at this event last year, and he's been a staple and a fixture of the coverage. JohnE McCray back on the lead card once again for round 3. These guys will be attacking hole 1 here to start things off. This par 4, 764 feet. Again, big thank you to One Digital for sponsoring the drone footage of this beautiful course here. Objective, hit the main gap that the drone just flew through and end up somewhere around this short pin here that you see on the right hand side. That'll open up your options to get around this left to right shot moving in towards the pin. Unless you're out of position on the right, then it becomes a right to left shot.
Right. First on the tee. This bumped in. Logan Bowers.
Logan in a familiar position, leading this tournament on the final day. He is the defending champion. A little bit more wiggle room last year. This one a lot tighter, though.
He said they were cheering before he even threw. That is because there was an ace that was occurring at that exact moment on hole 7.
Thompson.
So the cheers, unfortunately, were not for him yet.
Harper Thompson has been hearing cheers all week as he's had some very steady and solid play attacking both courses, sticking to the game plan. Like we said, just a little bit of a hiccup on hole 18 yesterday cost him. That is crushed.
That is.
Past the short pin on the right side, so he's going to have that right to left shot coming up on his second.
Very short one at that, too.
Calvin Pettigrew here. We saw him last year. Very impressive game. Has both spins, does the forehand and the backhand. A lot of power. It looks to be just effortless spin on the disc. I don't even know where that's going. It's in the sky.
Does either cameraman. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Even the cameraman lost it. That thing was up there.
JohnE McCray.
There you go, Johnny piping one right down the middle.
It's just a carbon copy of his drive from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Beautifully done.
Oh.
Calvin with a little forehand upshot and showing great touch.
Putting the Toro under the basket. Johnny this time, we saw him go forehand from the similar spot during round 2. This time he almost hits the pole with the backhand.
Yeah, the forehand left him a little long, so he wanted to take that out of the equation.
Oh, no.
Oh, Logan getting caught up by the guardian branches there. Going to leave him an outside the circle look to try to save that bird. And we talked about this on round 1, Harper with that green approach disc. Just
Oh, and Logan just steps right up and drills it. Easy
left you
birdie.
speechless.
Yeah. Harper with the cleanup here for his birdie.
Oh, just low.
That's surprising. We haven't seen too many hiccups in the putting green from him. And usually we talked about this, I think, during round one where he was missing high. His miss, whenever he does miss, seems to be high versus low.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem like there was any wind that was like throwing him off there. I think that just may be maybe a little bit of the nerves.
Could be. Logan made a big putt before him. That definitely can play a factor. Thinking you're going to gain a stroke and all of a sudden your opponent drains a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin playing that hole to perfection.
Here we go. Hole 2 is a par 3 coming in at 464 feet. The trees you see to your left really shouldn't come into play. You want to swing this one out right past the short pin here, pushing further past both of these cart paths and behind this little guardian tree here. Most people are going to attack it with the backhand, trying to swing something in at the very last moment to get to the green. Aiming for the short pin is not ideal if you're going with the backhand, and that is kind of where this looks like it's headed.
He's past it, but that's pretty much the same mistake he made last round. A little bit
I think
early.
this one he's a little further out though.
Yeah. You called it a little guardian tree. That last tree is pretty big, and it costs Harper a stroke yesterday.
Yeah. Well, he gave a valid effort at trying to save that stroke.
Yeah.
This one is also long
unfortunate
to the
roll.
left.
Stop.
Yeah.
He came in and landed about 25 feet from the pin, and he's going to have about a 40-footer left.
Mm-hmm. Johnny absolutely parked this one yesterday with a line that looks very similar to that.
This looks a touch wider, though.
Swing it in.
Needs to swing and get ground play. Never mind, he's fine. He's fine. It's Johnny. He knows what he's doing. That's why I'm in the booth and he's out there doing it.
That looks a little too straight. It looks like it's going to finish over on the left with the other guys as well. And he finishes way past those guys.
Whoa. Harper displaying some sneaky power. We saw him yesterday on hole 10 go about 100 feet past the basket. And this one at 464 feet, and he's gone way past it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit of tournament arm kicking in this final day.
Yeah, we're talking about going past it. That's like a straight shot. That wasn't a flexing anything. That was just, Oh, so close.
Man, he's
been. Go ahead and say it. Just take the words out of my
all
mouth.
weekend. It's been that. It's just been something in the delivery timing there is just slightly off, and it's causing him to miss.
Yeah.
But he's hit every part of every basket on those shots. Par there for Calvin.
Johnny, the solo birdie look here for the card.
Got
and
it.
He gets it.
Both rounds. Gets the birdie out here.
It's the easiest hole out here. Ask Johnny.
Yeah. For him, maybe. Only 5 birdies on the day out here. Cleaning up the par there.
Are you getting worked by an insect?
They were out.
Keeping it.
Yeah, they were out and about. You hear them. Big thank you to Visiting the Shoals for being such an amazing sponsor for this event. Hole 3, par 3, mandatory on the left, 468 feet, slightly downhill grade throughout the entirety of the hole. Forehand specialty here. Backhands are a tough line to get. We saw Stone Smith really execute a beautiful turnover line on this one yesterday. Out of bounds coming up deep behind the basket. You see that water there playing as OB. You can skip into it if you're not careful on your speed control coming down here, as this one's going to play a little shorter because of that downhill grade.
Johnny switching it up and going with the forehand today. Ooh, hit the Mando, so he made it, but he kicked way to the right.
Yeah, hit the tree behind the Mando tree. And, yeah, got that kick. The same Firebird we saw Logan throwing during round 2. A little bit of a dead skip this time.
Yeah, not the same flare in action that you would expect from a forehand coming in. Ooh. It's a little inside forehand, but it's getting down there and not quite all the way down there. So he'll be more than likely pitching up.
Yeah.
Save a par there. It's not really a position you want to try to run it from.
Harper trying to break up the logjam of second place right now. Everybody at 21 under.
From that camera angle, looked like he was about to hit the guy in the canoe.
Oh,
but he does trickle long.
But stays safe somehow.
Yeah.
Awkward footing here for JohnE. Sit down.
Okay.
He thinks it's long in OB, but he is safe and going to be about circle's edge.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin, a long step putt here.
Kind of floats off to the left, but still leaves him okay to save the par. Harper from just a awkward situation altogether.
Yeah, those plants here really affecting his downswing on his putt. So he shifts over. Oh, he just leaves it low. JohnE, this is his par look after clipping early off the tee and is just high. Logan can claw one back here and bring it to within 2, and that's not going to happen. Or bring it from 2 to 1, but leaks it left. Just hasn't been a clean putting weekend for Logan. Not the type of putting we're used to seeing from him.
I want to say the same for JohnE too. JohnNe's been a little off, just higher, low, or just not totally dialed in, and it could do with the heat and the late start to the round.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're not getting started on these rounds until after 3 o'clock.
Yeah. And that's pretty much at the hottest point of the day each day. And again, it was another 99-degree day today. No overcast skies this time, just pure sun the entire time.
Yeah. Here we go, hole 4, a par 3 coming in at 402 feet, playing all the way uphill. Most people are going to take this route around this one tree in the middle, going to the right and hyzering in to the green area. There is a play where you go inside that tree, kind of flex it around, but I think most of this card is going to take the hyzer route. You do have to be careful when coming into the green area. There are a few guardians, and there is OB just behind the basket there. Logan was taking that route, but the tree just... I think the tree moved. It wasn't right there before. I think it moved slightly.
Just stepped right in the way.
Yeah. Calvin going nice and high around it.
He's got the power to just get this on one angle all the way up there. Like that.
Yeah.
No need to flex anything when you can just throw a straight hyzer. That's impressive.
A straight high hyzer at that, too. That one looks good. Is it going to swing in and get some ground play?
Gets to the harder pan and does. If you land 15 feet before that, you get like that softer skip where it just kind of deadens the disc as it comes in. This is pulled a little far right for JohnE. Needs to swing in a hurry. And that's what I'm talking about, that section there.
So he's just outside the circle there. Just didn't get the same action off the ground. Logan's just throwing up, trying to save the par. Not happy about it, obviously. But.
Yeah, it's one you want to get. It's not a gimme by any means, but it's one that's definitely gettable for these guys at this level. Great putt.
JohnE with a good putt.
Calvin inside of 20 with this look for the birdie, and he connects as well. That's going to bring him to 22, and for the moment within 1 stroke of the leader. Harper as well getting to 22, and Logan going to tap in for the par. So it is a 1-stroke separation now between first and second. Very tight from 1 to 4. And from 1 to 4, we move on to hole 5. Our first par 5, 1 of 5 that are out here. This one, 864 feet. Elevation from the tee, dropping down into this little valley here. If you can get your disc somewhere around there, you'll have a bit of a blind second shot climbing up this hill. The right side does present more danger as it slopes from right to left. These line of crepe myrtles here are going to surround the basket towards the end here, adding a little bit more difficulty. As you can see, some sloping greens and some OB on the left-hand side, as well as that cart path all the way down the left side is out of bounds.
It's typically a good sign when a player throws and just walks off knowing where the disc is going to land. It's going to do exactly as he planned.
Yeah, just striping that one right side, letting it drift back to the middle, not bringing in that left side OB whatsoever.
Yep, and not pinching yourself off on the right either. There is a possibility of doing that. Wants that to stay up, it stays up, gets over the hill, and he's actually on the flat.
Yeah, that could be a bit of an advantage. It adds a little bit of distance, but getting a good footing there is a definite bonus.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Johnny does as well. Maybe have a little bit of a dip there before.
Yep. But we all know throwing from the flat or even stepping down is a lot easier to transfer power than trying to throw uphill.
Yeah. Logan getting that to leak a little left. Johnny here deals with that downslope just fine. Turning this one up the hill and finishing back towards the middle. They're near the line of crepe myrtles, it looked like.
Yeah. Harper going a roller here.
Getting aggressive on the second shot here.
Well, I think he did roller the first day, but it did not travel like that. It ended early. This right here has gone at least 100 past the pin.
Yeah, it gave him the action that he wanted at the end there, but yeah, just too much mustard on it.
Logan having to deal with the AM basket there, breezing by it and approaching.
I feel like that costs him a little bit there, having to deal with that angle. Maybe got the nose up a bit. Another
roller here. See, I see what you do. Let me see if I can do it better.
That's okay. It curled. I thought it was gonna keep going straight. I'm like, we may never see that disc again. Yeah, Johnny right in line with the crepe myrtle, so having to play a baby hyzer around it and kind of navigate the ground play to give himself a look.
He is way back here.
Yeah, you see his.
He has that green disc in hand though.
He does.
So I expect it to be somewhere close to the basket, and it is.
It is.
Calvin with a long look here.
It's for eagle.
Oh,
Off the band.
Good bit. All right. Logan probably doing one of his steppers. Oh, a jumper. Oh,
no.
Got knocked straight down by the crepe myrtle. But at least it stayed put, so he'll still have be able to finish out. This looks deja vu-ish. Looks like deja vu.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. It made it more difficult than it actually was. Luckily, Johnny did make the putt more difficult than it was. He made the same putt yesterday.
Yeah, he that red disc he had in his hand, he let me feel it afterwards, and it was a hot plate. It was one of the hottest things I ever felt in my life. I'm like, why didn't you just put that on the ground? Just leave it alone. Great birdie there for Calvin after just coming up a little bit left on the eagle bid. And a birdie
Harper
for
Thompson.
Yeah, Harper with the birdie.
Here we go, hole 6, par 4. Playing through the triple Mando since the hole was broken last year. You want to get down here through the tunnel, land by the and basket, hopefully past the and basket, so that you can then approach the green. The lawn basket is sitting here under this picturesque tree. I don't know if I want to put out or if I just want to sit there and have a picnic. Either one of them sounds like a good idea to me. Calvin going with a 4 in hand here. It's a little high.
Yeah,
but still makes it through. Okay.
Trickles and filters. I like the forehand play here. If you can throw a flex forehand, it's kind of naturally the line filters more towards the basket at the end.
Mm-hmm. And
hits
that was
the pole?
Yes. That was an ace run for sure. A black ace run. That's what we'll call it. Ooh, Johnny doing a little course maintenance, getting knocked down. He still may be able to approach from where he is if he's in front of those trees.
Logan a little wider this time with the Firebird.
But that was just about the same path that he took. It did land a little gentler, so it's not as far forward, but it's still a good placement.
This looks to be a little pinched here on the left for Johnny. Let's see how wide he has to take this shot here.
Oh, okay.
Round skip.
And
flares
this
down?
is deja vu again. He was over there first round.
He was.
I mean, the second round. Different first shot, but still same position. Oh, wow.
Nicely done.
Nice forehand there by Harper. Got another forehand coming here by Calvin. And you can see that they're kind of blind to the basket. They see the tree, but they don't know where the basket is. So they're walking up to see exactly how it finishes out there.
Logan almost throwing straight down. That's how much it drops off here. You just want to match that angle as much as you can of the grade of the actual hole.
Yep. And from where he is, there isn't much height-wise because he has to get under the limbs of the trees.
Oh, wow. JohnE McCray.
Great putt.
From further out than he was yesterday, but this time connects for the birdie. Dead center. What a putt.
Yeah. Great putt.
It might have been circle 3. I don't even know if he was in circle 2.
Calvin here. Getting his bird as well. All right.
And the
birdie. Like we're just a tap in away from a star frame here.
Yeah. It's one you want to get. Gave up 14 birdies on the day, 0.32 strokes below par.
Mm-hmm.
Hit everybody on the lead card. Different ways of getting it, but everybody got it.
Yep.
We move on to hole 7, one of the signature holes out here on the club at Cypress. Par 3, 299 feet uphill from start to finish here. This circular island that you see surrounded by the stone wall here is what you need to be in play in order to be safe. Anything outside of this structure here is considered hazard. You play it from where it lies with a 1-stroke penalty. And this was the hole that was aced earlier as our lead card was teeing off.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, almost tried to get ace there. Ooh, is that inside the ropes? There is string down to mark OB.
There.
That's going to have to be a card call there. Oh, wow.
It looks like he is just safe. I want to shout out Jordan Henshaw. Was the one who rang this one up for the ace.
Oh, yeah, we had him on the coverage last year.
We did.
Oh,
Oh boy, off the pole there, looked like. Beautiful shot.
yes. That was definitely dialed in. And we're talking about a 299-foot hole, but we see that these players aren't throwing like mids. They're throwing drivers and trying to spike it into the green. It is uphill, so it's not playing anywhere near the 300 that it's saying.
This looks low.
Ooh, skip.
And
Oh, it was rejected by the rock. Had potential going in, but the rock was like, no.
that there was no OB marker, and after evaluating the shot there, he was determined to be safe.
Okay.
So again, nose of the disc just trickling past the OB line into the correct side. And again, Logan got a fortune to
Slightly
break,
off.
but didn't capitalize. So again, since this is a hazard, you do not take your meter in, you play it where it lies, so you're allowed to be in hazard while you're putting.
And even with the wind going there, he is able to get that in. Nice putt there by Calvin.
And that is going to match Logan at 25. And Logan needs this to maintain, and he airballs it right.
Wow. I've never seen this out of Logan before.
This is turned into a nightmare hole now.
Yeah.
A double bogey after being fortunate enough to be safe off the drive. And we are going to see quite the shakeup on the leaderboard here.
Mm-hmm.
JohnE McCray with the beautiful birdie, and Harper with a drop in. Don't hit your head. Brings him to a dead heat with Calvin Pettigrew as well. New leaders.
All right, here we go. Hole 8's a par 3, a long one at 471 feet. You see the car path snaking through the drone footage here. That is OB, so you want to make sure you stay to the right of that. It does go the entire length of the hole and go past the green. Most players will probably lay up to the flat if they're not attacking. If you're going to attack the green from the tee, you got to be mindful of the hill that's behind it and the potential for rollaways, runaways, skipaways, always.
Always. Calvin going wide hyzer there, looking for some finish, maybe too much finish.
Yeah, that is going to be on the...
That's stayed safe.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be on the wrong side of the path, but maybe it's not.
Yeah, just stayed safe somehow. It's a lower line. Good stability.
Same kind of threat, though. And it's rolling. It's rolling.
It's going to come back inbounds.
Oh, wow.
What a roll for Harper.
Johnny taking a little wider than he did the first round.
Calling for it to go in.
But, yeah, it probably had that look from the tee, but he is further past the basket than he was on round 2. And Logan played it safe on the second round, but now he's pushing the... Oh, the roll stop.
Okay.
All right.
That
So
is
he's inside the circle and he's safe, not in the bushes. So that's a great
manageable putt, one that he can make.
Calvin said he wants nothing to do with that downhill.
Yep, walks away. He's on to the next hole.
Johnny with a long look here.
Similar to the one he had yesterday, but more open. Good pace. And we talked about how his putt would have landed if it didn't go in yesterday. That's what it would have done.
Yep. Stay right by the basket. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Just low, but stayed still, so he didn't get to actually capitalize on the break that he got from rolling back in bounds, but he didn't get punished for that putt either, so.
Man, Logan a touch
Logan's
low
just-
there.
Yep, Logan's still just off a bit.
See the flag trying to figure out what it wants to do. There's definitely some wind out here on these putts.
It looks like the flag is actually pole dancing. It's not like doing what it's supposed to, but
Yeah.
just wrapped around it and just flailing.
But it's going to be pars all around here on hole 8. It is a tight one. We got one hole left on this front 9. Alright, and we come up to hole 9, this par 3, 345 feet. A very difficult shot to execute here. It looks pretty straightforward until you get to about this section here, where you see this low ceiling come into play along with the high floor. Tight right side is accessible with the hyzer line. You want to land somewhere around here to give yourself some hard pan skip towards the pin. Forehand works out very well also, and we saw a beautiful backhand roller from Harper yesterday get up there. Calvin pumping a forehand. If you got this shot, just throw this shot.
Yeah, he tested the ceiling there, but came out on top, just outside the circle for his look at birdie.
Yeah, it's also a bit of elevation the entire way. So 345 is probably playing closer to about 370 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do it again?
This is basically a carbon copy.
Beautiful shot there. Johnny going with the more difficult right side. Gets the skip.
Wow.
Yes.
That is great. That is great to get bulls out with that type of shot.
I don't think people realize the type of power it takes to get that shot to work.
This looks good.
Beat those last trees. Not quite long enough to get around the last set there, unfortunately.
Looks like he has a little bit of ceiling to have to contend with. And
clips the disc. It was right side the whole way. Logan just a couple of strokes off, but we've seen some hot scores on this course, and Calvin right on cue.
So I'm just going to go ahead and imagine that this is how he shot the 12-13 down he did yesterday, the day before.
Yeah, sure.
Round 2. Ooh, nice putt.
Harper
Bagz
matching.
sitting there doing work. Mm-hmm.
Logan, unfortunately, is going to let another one slip off here. He came in with the lead, and right now he finds himself 3 off of the pace. There is an eagleable par 5 coming up, which he did easily tackle yesterday. So, still some holes left for him to do work.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not over. We'll take a look and see how the rest of the field is faring. They are chasing, but they are quite a bit behind. You see Brandon Brown is 5 strokes off the lead, 1 card in front of him. So is Stone Smith.
Yeah, the action is here on the lead card. Make sure to come on back to check out this final 9 coming up your way. Big thank you to the Singing River Disc Golf Club for having us out here. Check us out on all of our socials at Ace Run Pro. Hit that like and subscribe button and head on back here to see the thrilling conclusion of the 2024 River Riot 2.